Monthly stimulus checks. Are they having a comeback? And what is this discussion about Backpay? I have all the details and everything you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. All right, so at this point, I think all of us are very aware of all these different programs out there right now to send out a one-time stimulus check or monthly recurring payments to what they're determining as the low income, which, by the way, they determine the low income as an individual earning under $75,000 a year or a married couple with an annual income under $150,000 per year. Now, honestly, that seems like a very high threshold to determine somebody as low income, but again, these are the thresholds that they put in place, so we've got to run with it. Now, in this video, I do want to talk about the discussion and the comeback of monthly checks, as well as this talk about Backpay with monthly checks, as well as all the latest updates and where we currently stand. So let's get right into it. But really fast before we do, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Things are changing very, very rapidly right now, and as your one and only daily advocate, I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research, breaking it all down into these short videos so that you can stay updated every single day with all this new information as it is hitting the wire. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into the update. All right, so I do want to talk about some of these different programs. Now, to be honest with you, there are so many different programs out there right now, there's no possible way that I could talk about all of them in the shortest amount of time possible right here in this video. Therefore, I do want to talk about some of these. However, just to be totally clear, we are not talking about programs on the state level. If we wanted to do that, we'd be sitting here all day talking about different programs on the state level right now, simply because there's a lot of states out there and there are multiple different programs, many of which have multiple programs within each state. So I do want to talk about these other programs that are actually on a nationwide level, which would actually encompass everybody across the entire United States. These are the programs that we want to focus on because this encompasses everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. The state programs that are currently out there now and the state programs that will be popping up here over the coming weeks, days, and months, of course, yeah, we certainly want to watch those as well because that'll ultimately impact some people, but the federal programs, the ones that are all encompassing across the entire United States, the nationwide programs, these are the good ones. These are the big ones because this includes literally everybody. All right, so let's talk about this. So first off, I quickly want to talk about some of the most promising proposals that are out there as of right now. Now remember, about 2 months ago, actually a little bit less than 2 months ago, back in early March, there were multiple different proposals that hit the table as gas prices started to move significantly higher very, very fast. Do you remember that? I was back pretty much every single day saying, wow, look at that. Gas prices are up another nickel, another dime on a national average every single day. For a while there, for maybe a week and a half or so, maybe even 2 weeks or so time, there were gas prices going basically through the roof, and they ultimately topped out at a national average of $4.33 per gallon. Well, during that same time, we got multiple different proposals that were hitting the table as far as sending out either a one-time stimulus check, an ongoing monthly check, voucher programs, rebates, all kinds of different things. Now, for the vast majority of those programs, they're pretty much all gone for the vast majority of them. However, there are a couple of these that are still hanging on. For example, the rebate programs and the voucher programs, those are gone. Those are not coming back, okay? The one-time check that we talked about back then of $1,200, remember that one? Again, unfortunately, that one is probably gone. However, there is a program or two here that actually are still promising, and they're all still hanging around still. So I want to talk about these details for you in this video, and I also want to talk about this discussion about potential back pay. Yeah, because as of right now, based on the current reports and everything out there right now, they still owe us a few $100s because the prices and everything that we're looking at as of right now are still above the thresholds that they've determined. So let's talk about this and see what is this actually talking about in regards to back pay and is this something that may actually happen? So let's discuss where we currently stand as of right now. So about 2 months ago, again, I think it was more like about 7 weeks ago. I think we're about a week shy of maybe 2 months' time, but around 2 months ago or so, with all these proposals that were introduced, there was also one of them introduced called the Tax Rebate Act of 2022, introduced by a small group of Democratic lawmakers. Now, they came out with this proposal, and as I said, for quite a while now, shortly after this one was introduced, along with all the others sitting side by side, I was saying, hey, check this one out. This one is by far the most promising of all the programs. Well, sure enough, out of all of these, pretty much all of them have disappeared, except for this one that is still hanging around Congress. So I want to tell you the details on this one. This is the one that actually would send out an ongoing monthly check for every adult, $100 for an individual, $200 for a married couple, and an additional $100 per dependent, up to 3 dependents. Now, this would be on an ongoing monthly basis as far as monthly checks, again, focused on those people with an income, $75,000 as an individual or $150,000 as a married couple. Now, here's the thing. The caveat behind this is these checks would continue going out provided the national average of 1 gallon of gas remains above $4 a gallon. Well, check this out. So way back, I believe it was on March 24th. I could be off by a couple days, but I believe it was on March 24th or thereabout, give or take a couple days. The national average of 1 gallon of gas hit $4.33 per gallon. Now, here's where we currently stand. Now, prices have been inching a little teeny bit lower over the last several weeks. Now, we bottomed out a couple days ago around $4.10. Again, I saw a couple different reports out there, but we bottomed out right around the $4.10 per gallon range. So basically from the highs down to where we bottomed, it was basically a range of about 23 cents. Not that much, right? Don't get me wrong, every penny is very important right now, but at the end of the day, that's not really that much, considering prices on oil were at $130 plus per barrel, and then they bottomed out at below $100, about $95 a barrel, just not that long ago. So you can see here how the spread just simply doesn't really make sense here. But anyway, so now we are inching our way back up. Just in the last few days here, we've gone up another about 4 cents a gallon just in the last couple days. So as of right now, the national average of 1 gallon of gas is $4.16. So we're inching our way back up, and we're not that far, once again, from where we topped out a month and a half or so ago at that record high of $4.33. We're only about 17 cents off of that high as of right now, if my mental math is correct, and I believe it is. So anyway, so as we continue to inch our way back, we never actually went below $4 a gallon as far as a national average. We never went below that. We got kind of close, within about a dime or so, but still, we did not fall below that $4 threshold. Now, one more thing that's interesting, and I just want to throw this out there. Remember about, what was it, maybe a month or so ago? Again, I could be off by a week or two, but about a month or so ago, the president came out and announced that they're going to be releasing, on average, 1 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserves every single day for 6 months. So basically starting about a month ago, all the way until October, they're going to be releasing on average 1 million barrels of oil every single day. And they had this great idea in saying, this is going to lower gas prices. Have they lowered gas prices? Just saying. Again, not here to take sides, not here to make political statements. I'm just saying, did this lower gas prices significantly? Now, maybe something is still to come here, but based on the national averages and what we're seeing here, it does not appear that it has much of an effect at all. Maybe it lowered gas prices, maybe a little bit, maybe a dime, maybe a nickel, maybe something like that. But for the most part, gas prices are moving their way right back up. Now, here's what also is interesting. Just in a matter of a couple weeks now, we have the unofficial kickoff to summer, right? That's what they call it anyway, Memorial Day weekend. Now, this is the kind of the long 3-day weekend that many people determine as the unofficial kickoff to summer, where a lot of people start driving, going on road trips, going across the country, going to the out of town, going to their second home, their vacation home, going to visit family, going to national parks, going on camping trips, whatever people do in the summer. Honestly, I don't really know. I pretty much never even leave the house, so I don't know what people do. I basically just sit inside like a hermit all day. But anyway, so that's what is going on here within a matter of just a couple weeks now, is once again the unofficial kickoff to summer and, of course, the driving season, which means more demand for gas means prices go higher. This is something we typically see during the driving season during the summer months, which is Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day weekend. This is kind of the range that they give us, saying this is the driving season. Well, if more people are out driving across the country, burning up some gas, which by all means, if that's something you want to do, then go at it. Have fun, enjoy life, seriously. But the deal is, if all of us are out, or more people are out, I should say, driving across and burning up more gas, that just means that more demand, therefore prices must go higher unless they produce more supply to offset all of that demand. Kind of makes sense? So once again, the whole kind of long-winded explanation I'm trying to make here is, unless they actually do something significant here, gas prices are not going to continue going down. They're not. They're going to continue moving up based on everything that's going on right now globally, domestically right now, the seasonality behind all of this. It would all point toward higher gas prices here over the next couple months here, at least probably until early September, probably even mid-September, until things kind of tame down once again, and we kind of inch our way back out of the driving season for the year. So, with all that being said, the fact of the matter is, there's more talk out there right now about this one program that I just mentioned a little while ago, the Gas Rebate Act of 2022, which again would send out those ongoing monthly checks, $100 as an individual, $200 as a married couple, and an additional $100 per dependent, I should say, up to 3 dependents. So there's talk about this right now, and considering gas prices, since this was actually introduced about 2 months ago, have never actually gone below $4 a gallon, there's now calls on saying implement it immediately and then do with some back pay. You owe us 2 months worth of back pay. March and April, and so far May, we are still owed some back pay on this. So now the major talk out there right now is that, well, this is a promising program. It would help get some extra money into the pockets of the people to go out and cover the very expensive gas, or at least cover the difference between where gas should be, about $3 a gallon or less, and then compared to where it is currently sitting over $4 a gallon. Depending on where you are in some areas of the country, we're pushing $5 a gallon. So yeah, right? So anyway, this is the whole kind of major talk out there right now about these ongoing monthly checks to what they determine as the low income, as well as possible back pay. Again, we'll see about that. Historically, when it comes to any of these types of programs like this and back pay, generally, I would say they're probably not that good at doling out some cash when it comes to back pay. Anyway, if we do get anything like that, of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it all down and making sure that you're getting all of your back pay and any of these potential checks going forward to help you out on a monthly basis. Now, this could be pretty promising if they did actually implement this. And again, if they actually kind of tightened up the parameters on this as far as who would be eligible for it, it really wouldn't cost all that much money. I mean, consider it. It wouldn't be that much money. Put this into perspective just really fast here. The stimulus checks that they sent out last year, the $1,400, cost the federal government just under $400 billion. However, that went out to 171 million households, 282 million individuals, 85% of the country, or population of this country, I should say, and it was a $1,400 check one time. However, this check would be going out to essentially the same group of people, but it'd be $100 per individual, and it would be going out for who knows how many months, probably not that many months, maybe 6 months. So at the end of the day, it really wouldn't cost that much money, and it would give the people some extra kind of wiggle room right now. And again, you could spend the money on anything. It would literally just be an ongoing monthly check of $100 for you, $100 for your spouse, and another $100 per dependent if you do have dependents under the age 18. So really wouldn't cost that much money, and ultimately you could spend the money on anything. You could go buy food with it, you could save it, you could buy a new shirt with it, you could, buy a flower, you could buy a goldfish, you could buy anything you want with it. Doesn't matter at all, right? The fact of the matter is, it's just a $100 check is what it would come down to. Anyway, as I do get more information on this, of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it down. But again, like I've said so many times here over the last couple months, this by far is the most promising program of them all. And as I do get more information, I'll be right back here for you, making sure that you grab the money that you have coming due to you. Thanks again for your support. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,400 plus videos. I said that in the wrong order. Sorry. And enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later.